Hi, everybody. Joe Chaffee here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes on this Saturday, the 18th of May. And the Joe and Joe Weather Show is off today. We'll be back Sunday evening at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. We have some weather to deal with this weekend, and I would describe it, at least for areas in the Northeast and Northern Mid-Atlantic states, in that today is not going to be perfect day. The weekend is not going to be a perfect weekend, but it's not going to be terrible either. We do have some issues to deal with today because we have a dying weather front to the west and low pressure that is moving eastward through the Tennessee and lower Ohio valleys. That's going to head off the North Carolina coast and then get suppressed to the south. So the moisture that's coming eastward is having a tendency to weaken. And as we check out the radar this morning, we have some showers that are back in upstate New York and in central Pennsylvania, but they've already shown signs of weakening overnight. The main area of rain is down in Virginia and right along the Maryland border. And you can see it in the radar echoes here. That is sliding to the east. So the best way to handle Saturday in the Northeast for areas in eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England is to mention the possibility that there could be a shower or two today. But if there is a shower, it's going to be along the lines of being widely scattered. And then most of this area winds up sinking to the south and east. It's going to be a better weather day on Sunday. In the meantime, we've got showers and thunderstorms this morning from southern Georgia down to southeast Louisiana. We have another weather system that's producing showers and a few thunderstorms in two narrow lines in the areas of eastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, down through Iowa and into Nebraska. Otherwise, much of the rest of the country is on the quiet side. We do have some issues regarding heavy rain, flood watches from southeast Texas to southwest Georgia, including the Florida Panhandle. And we've already seen numerous flash flood warnings in this zone. We also have flood watches up for much of central and parts of northwestern Virginia due to that weather system that is sliding southeastward in the eastern part of the United States. The Storm Prediction Center is showing that for today, we're going to see a marginal to slight risk for severe weather in the southeast. The slight risk area is in southern Georgia and northern Florida. The marginal risk goes back up to Tennessee. Also, another area of marginal risk from uh, the northwestern Great Lakes, southwestward in a narrow band through Iowa and into Kansas. Now, for tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center is indicating slight to enhanced risk, and that comes with a 2 to 5% tornado risk in parts of Kansas, much of the state of Kansas, actually, into southern Nebraska and into the Oklahoma Panhandle. The day three outlook is going to show an area of slight risk. Again, this time from Kansas northwest into Iowa and southeastern Nebraska, northwestern Missouri, and that will probably come with some elevated tornado risk. Now, this is the area that we're kind of really interested in, and this is on day four, which is for Tuesday of next week, where on the long range, SPC already has indicated an area of enhanced risk from northern Missouri into Iowa and western Illinois. It's kind of unusual to see SPC put enhanced risk, implied enhanced risk of 30% in the long range. They've done it before this season, and rightfully so, and they're doing it again. So this, I think, is really basically telling everybody in this area in the Mississippi Valley, the middle Mississippi and Missouri River Valley to the lower Great Lakes, pay attention because this could be a widespread severe weather outbreak. As far as rainfall is concerned in the Northeast and Northern Mid-Atlantic states for the next 7 days, it's pretty dry. We're looking at areas getting as little as nothing to at most a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch from Maine down in Virginia. Rainfall picks up in the southeast. Rainfall picks up big times in the upper Mississippi Valley and then parts of the northern plains, where we're looking at three-quarters of an inch to some areas of 2 to 3 inches. And we're seeing rainfall amounts of three-quarters of an inch to an inch and a half plus up in the northern Rockies. So, low pressure is going to be moving offshore, very weak, very well ill-defined. Any showers to the west for eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England should fall apart today. Otherwise, we'll probably have clouds. Some areas will see some breaks of sun. And then for Sunday, which I think is going to be the better of the two weekend days, we should be, I think, no worse than partly sunny. Even areas down in the South Atlantic states, most of the rain disappears. Now you can see low pressure in Kansas developing, and that is going to be heading eastward. This is going to be the severe weather trigger tomorrow in the Plain States. And then on Monday, in areas also back into the Great Plains. And then Tuesday, it moves into that area that we indicated from SPC in the Mississippi River Valley. In the meantime, in the east, the high goes out, and it looks like we not only have 3 dry days, but we're going to see warmer temperatures going into next week, particularly Tuesday and Wednesday, when I think many areas could see highs if we get enough sun reaching up into the 80s. And the next weather front's not due to come through until sometime Wednesday night or on Thursday. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow night on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time.